Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can make your own vanilla extract. And with that, you're going to end up saving quite a bit of money. So let's get started. You're going to need an infusion bottle. I have a glass bottle here. This is about 250 milliliters. It has its own lid and it was recycled, so I didn't have to buy one. Okay, so let's talk about the ingredients. You only need 2 ingredients here: fresh vanilla beans and some alcohol. And let's talk about the vanilla beans for a second. You want to use high quality stuff because this is the main flavor and the extract, of course. You want to make sure that they're bendy. This is a great indicator that they're fresh. They should smell really good and they should be very shiny. So you're going to take all of these beans and put them in your container. It is as simple as that. Now, if you have a mason jar, for example, that works perfectly well. The only thing you have to worry about is that the bottle is as long as the vanilla beans themselves. You don't want to spend some time trying to squeeze them all in the bottle. So once you get all your beans in the bottle, then it's time to get our second and last ingredient, the alcohol. And yes, this recipe is for an alcohol-based vanilla extract. There are some non-alcohol-based extracts out there that use glycerin, but I'm not going to discuss that in this video. I decided to use the most neutral alcohol I could find, and that is vodka. But if you're feeling adventurous, you could try bourbon or brandy if you want. In my case, I decided to use a measuring cup to help me pour the liquid inside the bottle. But if you're using a mason jar, for example, you don't need to worry about that. The main thing is that you fill enough of it so that you cover all of the vanilla beans. Regardless of the container you choose for your vanilla extract, just make sure that it's hermetically sealed. Now you're gonna have to be patient. This takes a few months. I let mine sit in a dark place for about 4 to 6 months. I check on it every other week just to make sure it's going well. And once it's ready, you will notice that the vodka has changed in color. It's no longer clear. And I'll show you what that looks like. This is a vanilla extract that I prepared 6 months ago. So just pouring out some of that beautiful liquid, and you can see the intensity of the color. I'm transferring this to a smaller container because this is something that I want to be able to use for my everyday baking. Now, to make your vanilla extract a bit more special, you want to see those vanilla bean specks in your extract. And I'm going to do that by taking out one of the vanilla beans from the infusion bottle, and I'm going to cut it up and squeeze out all the inner part of the vanilla bean. This will give you all those beautiful vanilla bean seeds whenever you use the extract, and the flavors will continue to infuse as you keep this stored in your cupboard. The first time I made this, I was actually impressed that the vanilla bean preserves its color even after being infused for a few months. And also I was a bit shocked by the texture of the inner part of the vanilla bean. It's no longer something that you can scrape out. It's more gooey. It has this sort of paste-like interior now, which you can just squeeze out like I'm doing here. And just make sure you get all of that out, because the more you get out, the more specks you will have in your extract. Now, a question you may have is, why not do this at the very first stage? And the reason I'm not doing that is because I don't want to risk the specks floating to the surface. They tend to float, and that means they're not going to be immersed in alcohol. And as you let them age for months, that means that you can risk getting some mold. And if you get mold, then you're done. You're gonna have to throw that away and start again from scratch, not only throwing away money because those vanilla beans don't come cheap, but also your time. And just for that reason, I'm not gonna risk it. I'm gonna do this at a later stage when I'm actually using the extract and I use it so often that I don't have to worry about this happening. Now, when I transfer this, I'm using again a hermetically sealed container. Give it a little shake and store in the same cupboard as the infusion. Finally, for the best part, if you make your own vanilla extract, that means that in principle you can have an endless supply. All you need to do is refresh the infusion. You see that I took some of the liquid out. That means that the vanilla beans are exposed. So I just refill enough to cover them with vodka. And just to make sure that the flavor stays as strong as it was before, I refresh it also by adding a fresh vanilla bean. And also, you don't have to wait another 4 months to be able to use this. You can use it as soon as you run out of the smaller container portion. Because you had that old infusion there, the flavors develop more quickly. It's just the color that intensifies with time, but the flavors are already there. So once you refresh your infusion, just leave it again in a dark, cool place to sit for as long as you need. Keep an eye on it, make sure that everything is going as planned. You can repeat this process again and again and again, giving you the endless supply of vanilla extract. And the beauty of the recipe is that there is no actual recipe. This is just a guideline. If you want a super intense flavor, you can add as many vanilla beans as you want. You can cover the entire container with vanilla beans and then just fill it up with some vodka, with some bourbon. You can just play with it, experiment with it. They make for great gifts. You can grab little bottles like this one, and for pouring it out, I actually use a nozzle because I don't have a funnel that is small enough for it, and it actually works pretty well. So now you know everything that you need to know about making your own vanilla extract at home. It is super easy to make. The only thing is that you do have to have patience at the very beginning for the first infusion, but after that, you'll never have to worry about buying vanilla ever again. Now, if you liked the video, please support my channel by hitting that like button and subscribing for more.